This is definitely one of the coolest things that I've had designed for a boat. It is a custom panel that was made from newwiremarine.com where my battery switches will fit in this piece and then goes behind a cushion to hide them in the front of my console on my boat. Now, they used a CNC machine in order to make this because you could probably do this with a router yourself, but the amount of time that it would take and the errors and the waste of material that you would probably do to try and make this look as clean as it does with these really thin edges and just the way this thing is laid out, just it's perfect because it was done by a CNC machine. So I wanted to watch this video. They actually sent it to me, and it is really satisfying to just watch this machine work. If you like this kind of thing, I think you'll definitely find this really interesting. Now the machine, he kind of like lines it up and it like, you know, pushes down this button, I guess, and that really sets the machine up to work. Boop. And then he kind of like takes his little button thing, puts that up, and then it just takes a little bit for the machine to kind of like figure out. I guess it's calculating everything. It puts this laser, I guess that's finding the edge of the material that they're making it out of, and then it goes all the way back to the back, and I guess it's how it like sets itself. You'll see it kind of like goes over to the side here, and once it gets over here to the side, it picks which bit it's going to be using. That's pretty sweet how it's got this little thing and rotates around different sizes bits, and they're just different kind of router bits, I guess is what they would be. But once it resets, then it like zooms forward here, and then this thing just goes to work. It's interesting that it just did all those little dots. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know why it would just do those dots and then it changes out the bits. Maybe those are just the corners or the spots that it's starting, or I'm not really sure, but. So this, I'm guessing, are the inserts. Those are going to be the holes where the battery switches and stuff's going to go. Kind of not as interesting right here, but there, now you can see what's going on. Just throwing chips everywhere. But yeah, so that's where the actual switches are going to go. Like resets itself and then digs down deeper. Just pops the like middle piece out. I don't know. That's pretty slick. I like how it comes up and then goes back down and gets a little bit deeper in there and then starts throwing all the chips out everywhere. That's cool. Boom, and then in the end it like just, I don't know, it hits the last little piece and throws that thing out. So those are definitely for the two battery switches. So it switches out bits. This looks like a straighter bit. This isn't a router bit. This is a I forget what those bits are called. So that cleans it all the way out. It's like a straight, flat cut. Yeah, to do that by hand is just it would just be unrealistic. Boom, and then this one right here, look how fast that thing was. So that is going to be for the charger. So that's our charger spot. That's so quick. Changing up bits again. Looks like a similar bit, but it's a lot thinner, so maybe this is going to cut out the edge of the piece, yeah. Or maybe those are the screw holes. Yeah, okay, so those are going to be the screw holes for everything to screw to, I guess. Changes out to the next bit. Alright, so now we're cutting out the actual piece. So this is doing the outside now. Yeah, just throwing them chips. Oh wow, it did the whole 2 separate pieces with one around it first. That's interesting. Looks like it made the whole thing out of a piece of 3/4 or 1 inch. I'm not sure. So it did one pass to get halfway through that piece, and now it looks like it's going back around to get the other half to go all the way through that piece. Nice. I'm blowing off all the chips. Alright, so we got one solid piece that needs to be cut down and changed up. So looks like he flips the thing over and puts it right back into position. Alright, I was wondering how he's going to keep it into without it moving. So it looks like they're putting spacers in on the corners now, around the edges. So that's going to keep that thing right into position as the machine comes back and starts like drilling and cutting it down again. So we got spacers. Oh, he does not leave the spacers in there. That's interesting. Tapes it. Okay. So they taped it into place. Comes the machine again, picks out a new bit. rolls up here to the front, and thing starts going to work. So this is from the back side. So now we're making an indention. That's going to be for the breaker for the trolling motor. So that's making an indention for that thing to flush mount. Goes out and changes bits. Comes back in. This one looks like some kind of a straight bit again. So those are those countersink. Those are probably for the screws to screw this. Okay, so those are going to be countersinks, and those are going to be screws where that piece is going to screw to the front piece once they get them separated. I wonder how often they have to change out those bits. Ooh, this thing doesn't work. Alright, so this is now doing the front piece. This is how it gets that. Oh my goodness, look at that thing go. This is how it gets that super shallow, really thin layer. That thing is so quick. Oh, there's the step down in the back. Oh, maybe that's not step down. That's just how they got it so thin in the front. It just took that many passes to get down to it. Edging out the front for that breaker to flush mount from the back.
Of course, by not having the shield on there, we made a big mess of your area. I'll help you sweep it up.
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I'm gonna. It'll be.
There it goes. Now thing's taking out the back piece that gets screwed to that front piece. Changing bits again. Alright, so these are the screw holes, it looks like, for the back piece to screw into the front piece. So that other piece with all the things that are cut out, all the battery switch compartments, that stuff are cut out, these are going to be the pre-drilled screw holes for that piece to screw to the front piece. That's how they screwed the two pieces together. Alright, and also all the holes where the battery switches are going to mount and screw to the piece, as well as My guess is the breaker piece and also the charger. And it has already countersunk those earlier. We saw that earlier. I'm not sure what all those are. Yeah, you can really see that's really shaping up. Change out the bits again. I'm waiting for it to pop out that back piece from the front. Here we go. Yeah, this is gonna be it. Yep, so now this thing is cutting it out, so now it's a completely separate piece here. It's like it's finishing up. Now it's going to cut that one out. Machine's going away, so my guess is it's done. Alright, he's going to come pick it up. Taking the tape off here. So that was like what, 15 minutes, and that thing's it's pretty much done. Pops that piece out. That's the back piece. And then here's the front piece. So pops this thing out. And then pops that piece out. So now the other two pieces, they'll go together. That one's going to screw to the back of it. So there we got the front, there we got the back. Look at how perfect that is for the breaker to sit in. That's awesome. And that's going to kind of go together. That was cool. And here it is all together, which I thought that was pretty cool to watch it being made. Let me know what you guys think.